Like you say, you had a lot of traffic coming in.
Yeah, a lot of traffic coming in from Waldorf. You already know. That's behind God's back somewhere, so.
Yeah. Yeah. I'll be traveling to DC during the week, and during the morning time, traffic don't be that bad.
Yeah.
But afternoons,
coming back home is crazy.
Even just getting from southeast to northwest, it's ridiculous. It's a good hour.
Yeah. In DC,
and you already inside. Yeah. It's gonna be jam packed traffic, back to back. I don't know why. I think everybody just be trying to get in and out around the same time. So be smooth. How you feeling?
I'm feeling good. I'm feeling great today.
Good.
Yeah, today's a good day.
Today. I think it's time to introduce the show.
Okay.
All right.
Well, my name is Niques.
Oh, you hosting?
I'm sorry.
No, you're fine. Welcome back to Tax Talk Tuesday. I'm here with you, Arthur Wills. We have a very special episode for you guys today. Our guest today, they've been in this industry for a very long time. They have lots of experience in this industry. They got a lot of stories for us. And I just want to, formally introduce Niques Dollhouse. Niques.
Hey guys, I'm Niques Dollhouse.
Nice for you joining us today.
Nice to meet you guys.
Absolutely. So before we get started, we're going to toast to my guest for the day, if you don't mind.
Yes, sir.
All right. This is apple juice, everyone. All right. So let's go ahead and hop right into it. When did you first get inspired to start your business?
So actually, I didn't know I wanted to do hair until I was actually in high school. I've always had my hands in hair. Since I was a kid, I used to always try different styles. Mm. I changed my hair ever so often. Yeah. People were like, who are you? Because I changed it so quickly. But when I was in high school, I took cosmetology.
Yes.
At Wood Park High School. And when I took the class, I realized that I really love it because of how interested I was in the class. I kept raising my hand. I was always on time. I just found a newfound love for it. And I always knew I liked hair, but I didn't know I loved it like that. And then at that moment is when I was like, oh yeah, this is what I want to do.
Okay. So when you first got started, what type of equipment were you buying and supplies you're buying then compared to now?
So when I first started out, I actually was in the house. When I graduated high school, at first my parents didn't want me to do hair. They was like, back in the day, it was like, get a college education, get a degree, things like that. Yeah. And so I was like, I did go to Bowie State for a year. Mm-hmm. So at first I was going to college and it was actually business management because I still knew I wanted to do hair. Yeah, exactly. And then I left, it's my following year, my sophomore year. They had messed up my transcripts or something. And then, so when I went to my classes, all my classes were dropped. And when I went in, I was like, well, what's going on with my classes? So I went to administration to figure it out. And it was like, they tried to fix it. But by the time they fixed it, I only had one class available. So I said, well, I'm not going to college for one class. I'm not about to go the whole semester just doing one class. Yeah. So I don't like to be unproductive. So I went and I went to barbering school because I know I always wanted to go to barbering school. Okay. So during that time is when I told my parents, listen, hair is something I want to do full time. Yeah. And I did. I told my dad to just build me a suite in the house. My dad's a contractor, so I told him to build a suite in the house, and I'll just show you guys what I can do.
So your dad, he had his own business too, mm-hmm. or so do you kind of learn some stuff from him and then use it for your business when you first got started, or did you just needed him to build the space?
As far as what you mean, learn, did I learn some of my things about entrepreneurship from him?
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah, I did. Both my family's all entrepreneurs.
Wow. So, okay. All right. You hear that, everyone? She's not new to this. She's not new to this. Okay. Okay.
Yeah. So my dad is a contractor. My mom does interior design. Yeah. She makes furniture from scratch. She can make a bed set. She can make a couch. She can make a table. Right. She be in the basement with.
We'll get her information.
She makes everything from scratch. And then my sister, she's a chef. Okay. And then my other sister, she's an esthetician. She does makeup for weddings.
Whole family full of business people.
Yeah.
Good.
So
entrepreneurs.
Yeah. But originally, like I said, they wanted us to do want us to get degrees because they're like, entrepreneurship gets rocky, like they know the ins and outs of it. So once I did that, I went to, when I got it in the house, I brought everything brick by brick. So comb, flat iron, chair was in there, the basics. At first I was like doing braids and stuff or whatever the case may be. And as I got more skillful, I started adding on different services and things like that. And from there, just it kind of like took off to the point where my dad was like, you need to get out the house and get in the shop because we're not about to hear ding dong every 2 seconds. So.
Oh, so you had too many clients.
Yeah, I had too many clients.
Wow.
Yeah. So
and this is like your first couple of years and like officially into it.
Yeah.
Okay.
So.
How was your barbering school compared to like when you actually got started? Do you think it was like a natural, or did you have like kind of transition yourself into it?
So, it's like putting a man inside of a hair salon.
Yeah.
Like, he ain't gonna know what to do. Like, it's the same with me. I ain't never been to a barbershop. I wasn't going, my father, I didn't go with him to the barbershop. So, when I went in there, I was like, since I was a cosmetologist and I graduated with my cosmetology license in high school, automatically when I went to the barber program, I didn't have to start upstairs. I went straight on the floor. So, because I had some of the credits already that transferred over into when I got to the barbering school. So, it was like, at first it was hard because I'm like, I don't know what I'm doing. So, like, in the first hour, in the beginning, in the morning, was like, we'll do theory part, and then the rest of the day is like, we're taking clients. So, I automatically kind of had to just learn how to hold the clippers, cut with the clippers. We went over some book work or whatever the case may be every morning, but there were some things I didn't know, so we had to go over that with me, and then that's when I started to get into the clippers, and then I had like different classmates, my teachers, everybody, and I just kept learning. I just kept practice. I started starting off with bald heads, cleaning them up,
How'd that go?
Hot towel shave. I think bald heads was easy, actually. All you gotta do is go bald. Like,
Absolutely.
You gotta make sure you're going with the grain, against the grain, with, what the process is, hot towel.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? So after that, then I just started getting to the fading style. I just kept practicing. So I used to actually go to the juvenile jail. I used to go to group homes.
What?
And I used to do, I used to cut for the homeless.
I would never do that. Are you serious?
Yeah.
You really give back like that?
Yeah.
Okay.
I used to do that when I was in school. Okay. Every Saturday, we'll go, and there were certain days on Thursdays. I had a partnership with the school to go to the juvenile jail in D.C.
That was a contract?
Yeah, we had a contract.
Did you write that contract?
Huh?
Did you write that contract?
No, the school had a contract.
Okay.
So they just sent students. We didn't get paid or anything for it. Okay. It just was like they had a contract with us to be able to go inside of there.
From the school? Yeah,
from the school into there.
Understand.
So yeah, I was kind of here and there.
I want to ask you your name to your business. Where does it come from? I know Niques is you, but Niques Dollhouse. What about that? Like, how'd you come up with that?
So I basically, actually it was me and my friend. I was trying to figure out a name. I didn't want to be like Niques the stylist, Niques, like so typical. And I was just trying to find out something that was catchy that I can run with in the beginning. And me and my friends were just talking it over, and we were just like brainstorming. And one of my friends said Dollhouse, and I was like, Niques Dollhouse, like that's pretty smooth. So we ran with it, and after that, I just tried to make cater my brand towards the name.
Yeah,
and so anything doll related, I kind of try to go with that. It was harder now because now that I take male clientele, I was like, can I still stay with my dollhouse? Like, like
the man coming to a dollhouse.
Yeah, you know what I'm saying? So I didn't want to make it all girly, like, so that's a thing. I'm trying to see if I stick with it, not stick with it, but I went with it for so long. It's like, if it ain't broke, don't fix it, but I'm still debating on that.
Okay, just for the males.
Yeah, for the males.
All right, that's what's up. So, kind of like diving more into the business, what's been like your most expensive purchase for your business so far?
Of course, like materials. So, like when you're getting your tools, like clippers, flat irons, a dryer, the chair itself. I think those are most.
For the ones that don't know the price points on this, like what are the price points on these dryers and what did you say? What else did you say?
Like clippers and things like that.
Yeah, like the ones you use, not the ones that I would buy. The ones you would buy. Yeah,
like $2 something for one clipper.
Okay.
Flat, like my curling set is $500.
Jeez. Okay.
Like a dryer, my dryer, depending on what brand of dryer that you get, mine was like $3, almost $4. The chair was like $4. The like those are the.
Those are the biggest purchases, most expensive purchases.
Unless you're like, I could say inventory too, like when you're buying all these things in bulk. But from one tool. Yeah. Like the flat irons and the tools matter to get the results that you want. So yeah, those are probably the most expensive purchases. Is probably the tools.
So I would say when it comes to the tools you're buying and like other people that's in your industry, that's like you would say more notable. What type of tools are they buying compared to you, or that you plan to purchase?
I kind of get what they get.
You get what they get.
Yeah.
Oh, so you would say you got the top, the best stuff.
Yeah, I try to get the top, the best things.
Yeah.
There's a couple clippers that recently came out that I'm trying to get to that they got that I don't got, so I'm gonna get those.
Yeah.
But
so who is they? Who do you pay attention
to? Styling wise, I like, of course, Eric Tay. I took this class actually recently. So
what'd you say his name was?
Eric Tay.
Eric Tay. Shout out Eric Tay.
Shout out to Eric Tay. And Daisy does my hair. I really love her work too.
Daisy does my hair. Shout out Daisy does my hair.
I took one of her classes as well. And Alonzo Arnold. Yes, he does wigs and things like that. And so those are kind of like the main ones I kind of like pay attention to and get inspired by when it comes to styling or because I believe in never stop educating yourself, because even after I got out of school, there's still things I can learn. So there's things I keep going on with, I keep up with the trends, keep up with the styling, keep up with the techniques. So I continue to like take different type of classes as I, continue to do hair.
How important is like training when it comes to your industry?
Very important. I feel like if you don't continue to learn, you're going to fall short. Like I feel like I believe knowledge is power, period.
Okay.
So the more that you know, the more advantage you have. I feel like that goes on the business side of things when it comes to business, having your own business, and as far as the technical part where you use your skill. Because the more you know, the more you have advantage. And I feel like in the business side of it, it's like the more that you know about things like taxes or the ins and outs of the bookkeepings and things like that, it's the more that you'll know how to use it to your advantage, so to speak.
Absolutely, especially when you talk about bookkeeping. Like a business like yourself probably have a lot of inventory, like you said, a lot of clients. So just keeping track of that on a month-to-month basis is like very important. Like for me, honestly, like reconcile like my bank statements every month, just so I know that what's coming out and I'm aware of what's going in. Oftentimes where you may have large invoices, or you may just want to transfer some money, that could be looked at as like, oh, that's an expense. But it's not because you actually spent money or something. You're just moving it to maybe another account. Yeah. But sometimes you look at it like, dang, I spent all this money. No, like you probably just moved some money here, and you probably paid some people here, which should already be, documented. So speaking of which, I know you say you bought a lot of like tools and inventory. How do you keep track of all this stuff for your own self?
Okay, so I can be transparent, right?
Man, the viewers want to know.
Yeah, I'm gonna be honest. In the beginning, I didn't keep track. At first, I didn't know the ins and outs of that realm of what I do in my business. I didn't know how to exactly do it, because when I started out, I was a shampoo tech, and they didn't really teach. And in school, they don't really teach you those type of things. Like they may tell you certain things, they'll tell you everything when it comes to the bookkeeping part. So I didn't really know the proper way to go about things.
Okay, so how did you do it?
So now, getting an accountant, organizing. I got QuickBooks.
Okay.
That's an app too. Okay. So I think QuickBooks is really handy, because when you go to the store, you can, if you don't want to keep all these receipts when you're buying purchases, and say you need to keep a report of what you have bought, you can take a picture on QuickBooks of the receipt, and it can upload automatically. You can just crumble up the receipt and throw it in the trash.
You hear that, guys? You don't need to keep all those receipts. Take a picture.
Yeah, take a picture.
From Niques' dollhouse. Take a picture.
Take a picture.
And then send it over to WGG. We'll take care of it from there.
Yes, and don't take payments from everywhere. Like at first I was taking PayPal, Zelle, this one, that one, whatever. Yeah. It's too many payments to keep track of.
Okay.
I would keep it in, I just do cash or card at this point, and card is through Square, and then cash. Yeah. So, and you can kind of just keep track of that and then write down like, hey, they paid in cash. Hey, so you can just, when it comes down to times like taxes, you won't have to be scrambling to figure out where did I do this or what did I do here, or, where you went wrong, because it's so much as a business owner. When you do something like this, it's too much to keep track of. You're already playing or having on 20 hats when you're an entrepreneur already. So to sit here and worry about that part too is like, It's too much.
I feel like you were speaking on like a couple different things right there. The first thing I feel like you were speaking on was that if you are an entrepreneur and you are the only person on your team, that is something that you want to minimize on as far as accepting more payment options. Like, again, you want to have, of course, credit and debit, but again, you don't want to have like so many different lanes where your money's coming into. It's hard to keep track of. Absolutely. And the second thing you're also speaking on is you can hire someone.
Absolutely.
Like, so now say if you were one of those companies that did want to have 10 different ways to accept the money, you need to hire an accountant. Hire someone to actually keep track of your bookkeeping. Hire someone to actually keep track of what you're bringing in, so that we can actually, like, you know, create a statement for you at the end of the month. Probably some type of scheduling system, so you know that you're updated on these reports. So that's the second thing I feel like you were just speaking on. So yeah, you're 100% right. Honestly, I always want to encourage you to, you know, take off some of those hats. Like, the CEO should be CEOs, man. They don't need to be in every day. Yeah. They don't need to be every day. Absolutely. But you need a manager there. Yeah. You need your first stylist there. You need a second stylist. You need a receptionist. Yeah. Come on now. You need guys to run to the store. Absolutely. Everything, man. So, you know, don't be afraid to, like, you know, give people jobs. Yeah. That's all.
And I think during this journey, what I learned is pay the prospective people that will take you a longer route. I think a lot of people worry about, this money, that money, how much this, how much is that. But at the end of the day, quality over quantity. And I also believe in, if you pay the prospective people, you don't have to worry about doing everything subpar. Because if you're doing 20 things, you're basically subpar doing everything. And it's like you're not getting the results that you want. Rather than paying people that's their lane, that's their job, that's what they know best. And you can get better results and get further in a shorter amount of time.
Absolutely. All right, so, you know, in like 2019, 2020, we suffered the pandemic. Yeah. You know, a lot of businesses were applying for loans, a lot of businesses were shutting down. You know, a lot of businesses just went through a lot of different changes. Yeah. How did that affect your industry? Affect your business?
So actually, if I'm going to be transparent, that's when I actually looked at it differently. Like, took it seriously. I mean, not to say I wasn't taking it seriously, but I'm talking about as far as the business aspect of it, took it a little bit more seriously. That's when I finally got my LLC. Because prior to that, I didn't have my LLC, which then didn't allow me to get the stimulus or anything of that nature. So before, so actually my shop, we had to, because, you know, the pandemic, we couldn't go in, whatever the case may be. I was actually freelancing at that point, so I was going to people's homes. And you already know, it's COVID, so it's like, should I really go in these people's homes? Like, it was kind of tricky. And then it was just me trying to, so it was a struggle. It was definitely a hustle. That showed me how strong you can really be in business, because at this point, I had no choice but to grind, because I didn't have no other option. It's not like I was getting the stimulus. I wasn't working anywhere else. I wasn't doing anything else. I just literally hustled the entire time throughout the pandemic.
Wow. How important do you think it is to, you know, believe in yourself? Like, when it comes to, like, your business?
You have to believe in yourself 110%. You have to believe in yourself before somebody else can believe in you. Because if you don't believe in yourself, nobody's going to take you serious. It's going to be like your business is a hobby. It's not a business. So it's like, if you don't take it serious, why would somebody else take you serious? So you have to present yourself in the way you want to be received.
Absolutely.
And if you don't.
Dropping, Nick Dollhouse come on the show dropping jewels. Oh my God, man. Okay. I can 100% agree with you. Yeah. Most of the time where I was making my most money, I didn't want to do it. Yeah. Like, I didn't want to, like, do the business. Like, it was just so fortunate that, you know, I had clients and I had people that wanted to engage in my business. But yeah, the height of every time I've been in my business, I didn't want to do it. Yeah. And that just, like, I look at it sometimes like, wow, man, it's those times that push me to go where I'm at now. Those are the times where, like, man, like, you're doing so well, but you're not motivated. Keep going. Yeah. You know, I'm a basketball fan, so I believe in the Kobe Mamba mentality type of thing. Like, no matter what, just keep doing it.
Just keep doing it.
Like, don't ever think about, like, why it's not going well or why I ain't get here yet. Just keep working at it, because when it happens, you gotta think about how you got there. Yeah. And so that's how you live.
And you appreciate it more that way too.
Absolutely, absolutely. So I want to touch on, like, you know, kind of like the day-to-day operations during that time for you. I know you say you was in people's houses. How would a house visit go now compared to in 2020?
How does working now?
A house visit.
Oh, how is a house visit now versus when it was in 2020?
Yeah.
Honestly, well, I mean, everybody was going through their own fair share of struggles. So I feel like during that time, it was some crazy appointments. There was some crazy appointments. I'm not gonna lie to you. I'm not gonna sit here and cap.
Yeah. All right. So let's talk about some of like your biggest hardships. Since you've been in your business, you could talk about COVID, 19 pandemic. But if it's been some things outside of that, like what's been some of your biggest challenges that you had to overcome? Because the viewers that are in your industry. Oh, excuse me, can you let them know what your industry is for the ones who haven't caught on yet?
Yes, I'm a hairstylist and a barber, and I specialize in male hair replacement units, weaves, and barbering.
Absolutely. Mm-hmm. So what's been some of your biggest challenges that you faced so far?
Honestly, I think the biggest one is balance. Trying to balance work and personal life, as far as you're an entrepreneur, you're always working 25/8. So it's like, even when you're done, you're not done. You know what I'm saying? There's always something to be done. It's like your mind doesn't rest. It's like once you're done doing one thing, you're on to the next thing. And sometimes what I had to learn is taking those times of peace, or getting your time back. You need your time back, because time is everything. And if you don't have time, then it's like you're scrambling all the time. And I feel like that is really a hard thing to do with entrepreneurship, because if you don't do it, who is? You know what I'm saying? Because you're the boss, you run it, whatever. And that's why it goes back to paying those prospective people to do what you need to do, or else you're going to miss out on everything else. It's almost like you have no life outside of your business. You miss things with family, you miss things with, things that you have going on, or maybe times that you may want to do something, you can't even do it because you're so engulfed in your business. And I think it didn't only have a wear and tear on me physically, but mentally as well. So I feel like it becomes a lot at times.
How did you improve on that? What steps did you do to, because people that are in your industry, or anyone that would like to be in your industry, want to know how I get over that bump. Yeah. That bump, you're saying that could have been something that could have just pushed you to not even be an entrepreneur. So
yeah, honestly.
Explain to the viewers how you're able to, push through that.
Honestly, I had to kind of cancel out the distractions, and I had to learn. Well, it goes back into educating. I tried to get higher ticketed items. I tried to educate myself in getting things that make more money in less time. So therefore, I get some of my time back. So I'm working smarter, not harder.
Give me an example.
So like microlinks, that's an install, or someone's selling hair, or whatever the case may be. Yeah. That is another source of income, and it's a higher ticketed income rather than a regular sewing. And microlink install is way more expensive than a regular install. So you could take less time doing something and meet your quota for the day, rather than being in here all night trying to. You got a client that may be $80, $40, $20. It's going to take you a long time to get to $1,000 if that's what your goal is for the day.
Yeah, exactly.
So if you take somebody that's automatically for service is $600, and you take another client after, that's another $600. That's two, you're done. You got $1,200. You got out the door. You know what I'm saying? So you get your time back that way, rather than trying to take all these people for a short amount of pay.
Wow. Did y'all hear that? She just spoke on increasing her value.
Yeah.
Y'all gotta look at that, man. Like, when you feel like that you are overworking yourself, believe in yourself, because that means you should be doing something that costs more for your clients. Honestly, I look at it like, if I have 50 people that will come to me for the same service, that's great. Mm-hmm. But if I can just schedule out the time later on, then I can still keep my clients. I don't always like to push people away. Yeah. I just always work with their schedule. Yeah. Because again, you want a service from me, so I'm gonna tell you my schedule. I'm gonna tell you how I can do it, and absolutely. Then if you allow me to prepare a time for you, then everyone can get accommodated for it. Yeah. So I like that. I like that because every year, I try to increase prices. Mm-hmm. Every year, trying to do some type of improvement. Because again, the more you appreciate yourself, someone else gonna appreciate you. If someone knows that you're constantly, upping your price, or constantly going for a service that more people are attracted to, and that's what you're gonna do.
Yeah, but even then, it's like, I paid all this money in schooling. I paid all this money. You gotta appreciate your value, because at this point, me and somebody that had no schooling and I had all this schooling, why are we at the same price margin? It doesn't make any sense. And also, it's just like, if it's inflation, it's products, they go up every year. There's different things that are expensive. my glue alone, a little bottle like this is like $100. So it's like every year, so, you know, you get different price points getting more expensive because it didn't used to be $100, but now it is. So if I'm using this and I got to continue to use it and you want me to use the best of the best on you to get the best results, then I have to go up in pricing in order for you to get the best results because I'm going to keep taking an L in the background. And a lot of people think that when you get paid, everything is profit. No, some of it goes back into the business. You have to get inventory, you have to buy this, you have to buy that. So that's when it comes into gross and net income, and that's when you learn that price point. So I'm learning that, but those things matter because it's not about, sometimes people think, you're trying to tax whatever. One, if your skill is not there, you shouldn't be taxing. You should work on perfecting your craft.
When you say taxing, don't confuse them.
I'm sorry.
Don't say taxing.
Let me not say taxing.
They're going to think you added 6% on your, not 6%, you're adding an extra like 13% on your services. No, that's not what's going on. That's not what's going on. She's saying that she has high prices and that's all.
Yeah.
That's it.
Yeah. Like if you have high pricing and your skill is not at the high pricing, then you should be doing high pricing. You should stay with you and as you grow, because when I started out $40 sew-ins, $60, $80, $100, $120, $160, and I just increased as I went. The better that I got, and the more demand that I got, the more I can go up in my price. Because if I go and shoot up and not say I'm gonna just charge $800 for a sew-in, and they don't feel like my work is worth it, I'm gonna have 0 clients. You know what I'm saying? So that doesn't make sense. You have to be like, or somebody like Eric and Tay that's amazing, that's been in the game forever, that does the best of the best. He can charge whatever, people's gonna pay it. You know what I'm saying? So you have to work on your skill, and that's the point of education. That's the point of being knowledgeable on what you do and speaking about what you do so profoundly so people will be comfortable with you doing their hair. Like, if you're talking and you don't know, if they ask you questions, you don't know how to answer any of them. You're not knowledgeable in what you do, so why would I use you? Why do I feel comfortable to use you to be in my head? You know what I'm saying?
Absolutely. Like, even doubling down on that a little bit with the customer service part of it.
Yes.
Like, you know, in order for you to even make that price point, someone has to believe you.
Absolutely.
Someone has to be comfortable with spending that much money with you.
Yeah.
Like, okay, I could be the best barber in the world, but your personality sucks.
It doesn't matter.
It doesn't matter, exactly. You're not going to get the same clients that the person that's nice and that's only been doing barbering for 5 years. You've been doing barbering for 10 years. But guess what? I'm a nice person. I value the person that's in front of me. So that person will pay whatever price that I say because they value me.
Exactly.
If I don't value you, I'm not going to pay that price.
Exactly.
I like how you think about that. Honestly, if more entrepreneurs thought that way, then we would, you know, we'd be able to help each other.
Yeah, and be further.
Yeah, because look, Nick, there's a lot of entrepreneurs out here that are selfish. There are a lot of entrepreneurs.
Let's talk about it.
There's a lot of entrepreneurs out here that are money grabbers.
Yep.
But then you got the ones that are kind-hearted people
and genuine
that want to actually look after the person that they're giving the service to. So,
but they get the smoke because of what some of the other people have done.
Yeah, because you're in the industry.
Yep.
You're in the industry, so you have to defend yourself.
Yep.
And you also have to surround yourself with the people that going to keep you motivated.
Yeah.
I got a few people in my circle. They don't know that they're in my circle, but they are, and that's my little secret. That is, honestly, they don't even know they're in my circle. They're not so much in my industry at all, but they keep my mental at a steady pace where I'm able to keep going.
Yeah.
So I just want to speak on that because I just feel that's important.
It is.
Like, for real, man. Like, you want to like be so successful out here. You want to be able to manage a Fortune 500 company.
Yeah.
You need your support system.
Yeah.
Like, can you speak on that? Like, your support system, how they, not specifically who they are, but what role do they play within your mind and like your life to keep you going?
So my parents are my number one supporters. Like, when it comes down to it, they're gonna back my play every time. All I had to do was prove to them, like, this is what I'm gonna do and I'm gonna go hard in it. And now they'll back my play. If I say, hey, you know what I'm saying, I need this, or I have this going up, they're going to support me 110% because they believe in me. Yeah. Even like, you know, some friends that I have. As you go, and one thing I will say, as you get older and as you grow, and then you grow in business, some people that you thought will be there is not going to be there, and you grow along the way, and then people start to trickle off because, you know, some places that you go, everybody can't go. And some places, too, is like, everybody has a choice. You don't make nobody better than anybody else because I'm not better than not a soul. But you have an option to grow with me or stay complacent. Which option are you choosing? Are you going to go with me or are you going to stay complacent? Because whether or not you choose your option, I'm going where I need to go. So sometimes people start to trickle off and don't grow with you. And then, you know what I'm saying, it becomes, you know, some type of turmoil. But at the end of the day, I feel like, honestly, sometimes it don't have to be a lot of people. In your circle, I think it should stay fairly small.
Yes, absolutely.
And just choose the right people and the people that are really going to have your best interest at heart, because not everybody, they may look like or sometimes feel like they have your best interest, but not everybody actually genuinely does. You know what I'm saying? Because the moment that you might surpass them, now it's, a different type of thing. So really value the people that you have around you, because you are, and some people don't believe it, but you are who you hang around. Sometimes if they don't mentally stimulate you and you have a circle of friends, and that's not a friendship, that's a cage. And that encloses your mind. If you're the best one in the group and say you work at a bank and everybody else work at McDonald's, you're going to feel like, yeah, I'm big money. But if you go outside in the real world, you see some real heavy hitters and you're like, well, I ain't doing nothing. So if I'm in my group and I can grow and learn from everybody in my group, now we have a circle, because now we can learn from each other, we can piggyback off of each other, and now we can mentally stimulate each other every day. Like, yo, we should, you know what I'm saying? Like, we're talking about something of value, not nothing that doesn't make sense. Who cares about, you know what I'm saying, what this person and that person's doing? Like, you want people that's going to mentally stimulate you daily to keep you going, because those things matter.
Yeah, distractions, man.
Mm-hmm.
All right, Nique. Where do you see your business in the next 5 years?
My end goal is to be a serial entrepreneur. I want to have multiple locations. I want to have more products. Like, I already sell hair, but I want to add on to it, like shampoos, because I'm actually about to start a trichology course, which is the study of the scalp. And I have a lot of clients that bald or have balding issues. So with that, I can add on those type of services and help them actually get their hair back. So that's one of my goals, to be my salon is specialized in trichology, because we don't have a lot of those in this area. So trichology, a base salon, salon suites, multiple, maybe not just in this area, but over different states or cities or whatever the case may be, hopefully, prayerfully. And then I do want to get into residual income. So I'm trying to get properties. I actually I'm securing one right now in Grenada, where my parents are from. Both my parents are from the islands. So they're currently right now, but they're locking in the location. So, and my dad's a contractor, so he made one of the a part of the house, like he made an apartment for me and my sister. So we're about to go half and make it into an Airbnb. And I just did my dual citizenship. So I really kind of want to, like, eventually go be abroad, if I can, like, be like a traveling hairstylist, or like do behind the scenes work for, like, movies, maybe TV shows and things like that. So I don't have to necessarily be behind the chair all the time, but I actually have a salon home when I do need it. My regular clients, we have the shop booming, clientele in there, stylists in there, and also I see a cosmetologist, so I want to get some apprentices in there as well, so they don't have to go to cosmetology school. They can come through me and they can learn, and then they can get their license through just by working with me. Just go apply for state board and then take their test, and we go like that. So that's kind of like my end game, and that's what I'm aiming towards, because I don't want to physically have to be behind the chair forever. I do want to be able to freelance and do things that I would like to do in that industry. Eventually become like a hair mogul, that you go to those little expos and you talk and you do these things. So that's what I see myself eventually doing.
Selling the brand.
Yeah.
Okay, that's what's up. So you mentioned, like, having multiple locations. Did you want to, like, be outside of the state, or you want to be, like, home based?
I feel like the first baby got to be home, because it's home. So, and that's when my clientele started.
Yeah.
And I feel like this makes the best sense for me. And I feel like also, I feel like you have to build your name to be able to go in different states as well. So when I built me up as an individual, as Niques, in Niques Dollhouse, doing hair, then when I can go to another city or something like that, it's okay for me to be able to get clientele in that area, because now I don't have to worry about me trying to prove to somebody about my work. Just like Arrogant Tay, he can go whatever, and everybody knows that's Arrogant Tay, and he can get clientele in any state. So I have to build myself up first in my city or wherever I'm at, to be able to build my name and my brand up to where when I go somewhere else, I don't have to worry about, I got to start from scratch again, because if we're going to a whole other city, they don't know me. I got to start from scratch, plain zero, to get my clientele up again. So if I can just build my name, then I can eventually be able to just move where I want to move and don't have to think twice about, how am I going to get money?
Yeah, the people in these different areas already know your name before you get there. So they're really waiting for you to come.
Exactly. That's the goal.
That's good. Do you feel like your industry is progressing?
I feel like as far as the new inventions, as far as hair, yes. As far as customer service, no. I feel like they ruin it for a lot, because a lot of people do it for the money and not for the passion. I actually enjoy what I do. It's not a work for me. So when I do it, it's like, for the good people, we get ridiculed because of the bad people. Like, they come automatically. I may have I had a client one time, she was running behind, and she was like, I guess she went to the wrong location for somebody else, and she called me almost like crying, like, oh my God, please can you still take me, whatever the case may be. I'm like, I got you. Woo, it wasn't, you know what I'm saying, you're good, but it's that trauma from all these other stylists that as soon as you 2 minutes late, cancel your appointment, they got a trip or a birthday or a wedding or whatever, and they don't get it. And it's like, I want to bring back true hairstyling, true salons, you know what I'm saying, where you can go and cry and talk about your problems, or like
let's still be punctual. Let's still be punctual. But still, I like that. But go ahead, because I know you spoke on like people being late. Let's still be punctual.
Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah, but
No, I'm saying as far as her, she thought she went to the wrong stylist. Like, she was supposed to be coming to me, and she went to the wrong location. I guess she had her addresses mixed up.
Okay.
And that's how that happened. And that's why she was late. But I still understood, you know what I'm saying, things happen. I'm not going to sit here and, she wasn't 30 minutes late. She was like 10 minutes late. But I'm like, I'm not going to beat you up about it, because some of these stylists really will go so hard, and I just feel like...
cancel the appointment.
Yeah, and I just feel like sometimes it's not needed, the way that they go about it, because if you're running 10 minutes late, you ain't giving them no type of, leniency or anything like that. So I feel like it's... Be punctual, do what you need to do, but also be understanding in the same breath, and don't be so like... I feel like some people are just so money hungry that they just... The way they go about business is not from passion, it's just from... You know what I'm saying?
No, you're right, honestly, because... If you actually want to help that person, like you actually want to help them get their hair done, you actually want to see them look good, then like that's my plan. My plan was to make sure you look your best today. My plan was not to take your money. You know what I'm saying?
And the client will remember, like, dang, she still looked out that time, so she'll come back and maybe recommend somebody to you. It's all about customer service. At the end of the day, if you have a nasty attitude, nobody wants to go to you. Nobody will enjoy being in your chair. If I'm over you, you're doing my chair, it look nice, but if I got to deal with all this attitude and turn my head this way, turn my head that way, and all this extra backlash, I'm not coming back. I don't care how great you did my hair. I'd rather go to somebody that's still growing and has the best attitude. It's not all the way there yet, but it's okay. I'd rather give you some more money next time. You're going to get there. I'm going to encourage you more because I feel like you're being patient with me, so I'll be patient with you.
Absolutely. Why would I not? Why would I not? I want to ask you, how do you respond to criticism? Or are you offended by criticism?
Nope, I don't get offended.
So then how do you respond to it?
I feel like I'm my biggest critic already. So when somebody comes and they tell me something, I try to be a problem solver.
Yeah.
So, okay, what don't you like? Would you like me to do this, whatever? And I try to figure out ways, maybe give them a discount next time, take money off, send money back, whatever you got to do when it comes to like that type of thing. Yeah. Or somebody genuinely just want to give you their opinion. I listen. I thank you for your feedback. I appreciate it. Yeah. And just work on those areas where I feel like I'm lacking it. Yeah. You know what I'm saying? You have those ones that I'll just nitpick, and people going to be people at the end of the day. But at the end of the day, I'm not going to argue with you though. I'm going to just listen to you. Okay. Yeah. I understand.
Absolutely.
Go about our business. All I can do is do better from here. I can't change what the past happened. So all I can do is do better from here if there is an issue. But I rarely actually have issues with my clients, to be honest. Yeah. But if there is an issue, we'll solve it. We're going to be a problem solver. And I'll do my best to adhere to whatever you need.
Absolutely. I like that. I really like that. Whenever I deal with like criticism in my business or I got something wrong, I look at it as an opportunity for me to be better for my next client.
Yep.
Like of course I'm gonna look out for you, client, but the next client gonna be even better. They gonna have even better service because you told me about myself. You told me about something that I was lacking, and you told me about how I made a mistake. So guess what? You have now helped the next person.
Yeah.
Like that's look at it like that. I wanna ask you a question before we get out of here. So, if you was offered opportunity for someone to invest in your business, would you in return give them a profit share or a percentage of your business?
It all depends.
Okay, so let me give you a scenario.
Okay.
If your business, no, not even your business, if you're offered $50,000 as an investment, use it how you like. It could be for inventory, you can pocket it, you can do however you feel you want to do it, but I'm giving this money to you, $50,000 check to invest into your business. And I do want a return. Now, of course, my return is going to be a compensation, or my return can be a percentage of your business.
Absolutely.
So how would you go about something like that?
Like I said, it all depends on the deal that's on the table. When they're telling me, because I don't mind it's like investors, I'm not against them at all. It just all depends on the numbers and what makes sense and how we would go about it. And just see if it's a good deal. Does it make sense? Does it fit my brand? Does it fit what I'm going for? Is it going to benefit me in the long run? I'm gonna have problems later? Like, I'm gonna look at it from every angle, and then I'm gonna see like, maybe yeah. You know what I'm saying? Let's go with it.
Speak to both then. Speak to how a profit share could be beneficial for you, and then speak to how an ownership share could be beneficial for you. Now, for profit share, again, like I said, a profit share is if I give you $50,000, you're only giving me money back for the money I give you. So whatever I make from this $50,000 is what you're going to recoup back, the profit. Now,
you said so. Basically, it's going to be $50,000 plus interest, basically.
Yeah, absolutely.
That's what it is when they invest in you. That's what you're saying. The profit shares.
So it could be the profit share of the profit. So let me say you could still have interest on this money, but I still want a profit share. So I don't want I can just go to a bank and I can just get a loan. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
But I can go to you and say, oh, you actually have something good going. I'm gonna give you $50,000, and however much money you make off this $50,000, I want a profit share of that. That's what I want. So you were able to flip this 50 into
a profit share of whatever I make off of that $50,000 that was invested.
Absolutely.
Got it. Okay. And so then the difference between that and a
ownership split. So in the ownership split is if I gave you $50,000, I would, let's just say now I want to be
your partner.
A partner.
Okay. So I'm getting the difference. How do I feel about either one?
Yeah, so you get this first. So the original question was, which one would you do? And I understand that it's situational for you. So now I'm asking you just to speak light on how would you deal with a profit share, and then how would you deal with ownership split?
With the ownership split, it all depends on who it is. I'm not gonna be honest. I don't think I'm not just so money driven to where I'm about to just grab the money and allow anybody to be a part of my brand.
Okay.
If I'm talking about ownership, because it's not about if I gotta do what I gotta do to make the money, I'm gonna do what I gotta do. I'm not gonna just take something just because I feel like I need it so badly and then put the wrong person in ownership or in business with me, and now it makes my brand go down based on whatever they're doing.
Okay.
So I'm going to be very cautious of the person.
Okay.
It's not about the money.
That makes sense.
Person.
That makes 100% sense.
And then, because I can have a friend that could be like, oh, I got this, whatever. They could have money and just give it to me. And if I feel like I don't think you're responsible enough, or I don't like what you got going on, I don't like, you know what I'm saying? Now, you necessarily not going to be a bad person, but I don't know what the outcome of us getting into business may be. So just because you could toss me some money, I'm not about to just take it.
Oh,
you know what I'm saying?
Okay, so you're not just taking no money.
Nah. I mean, I'm not going to just take any random money just because. If the goal is to be in ownership and just because.
Oh, for the ownership. Okay.
Yeah, for the ownership. Yes.
Okay.
I mean, you're going to toss money for free. Hey, you know what I'm saying?
That's for a second. I lost you, so I had to break.
No.
Okay, all right, cool.
I'm talking about as far as ownership wise, because you want a partnership.
Yeah, okay. So you're not just expecting any amount of money to be ownership in your business, because I'm assuming you respect your brand so much. So even if it's a significant amount of money, if that's not a good person, you're not going to partner with them.
Yeah.
Oh, so you have integrity.
Yeah, absolutely.
Okay, that's good. Some people, if they get the right number, they'll just sell their business.
Yeah, some people will do.
Yeah.
And I mean, but like I said, it all depends on what makes the most sense. Like if I could take this and be like, okay, well, is there something else I want to do? Am I over this brand? It depends on where I am. It will make the most sense for me to be like, okay, well, we had a good run. I can do something else. I now have something better I want to do. Venture. You know what I'm saying? All depends.
Okay.
But if at the end of the day, if somebody's willing to invest that much in your brand and sees it, that means they see the value in it. So why should I live? If this can go this far and they see that it can go that far, why give up on it too?
Absolutely.
You know what I'm saying?
It makes you not want to go in partnership. Make you want to kind of hold your integrity.
Yeah.
That's good. So then speak on the profit share. So how would that benefit you?
Or
how would you go about it?
Profit share, if somebody invests in my business and they want a percentage of what we're making now that, you took the time out to invest in me. So if I accept the money, then we can, it's like I said, it's all about numbers and what makes them make sense. At that point, that's an investor. That's what investors do. You know what I'm saying? So at that point, I'll just look at it for what it is, and if it makes sense, we'll rock with it. If not, we won't rock with it. You know what I'm saying? So I gotta just look at all angles of the table because you know I built this business, like Franklin said, brick by brick, and I'll be dang on it, and somebody come and tear it down. So now I just gotta make sure that it's just in the best hands because I'm proud of what I've accomplished. I'm proud of how far I'm getting. I'm not nowhere near where I want to be yet, but at the end of the day, I don't want somebody to come and just tear down what I've built, with my blood, sweat, and tears, put my whole heart into, and just ruin it. You know what I'm saying? So even if it was ownership split, I'm not against it either. It just all depends. Like is what I was saying.
Absolutely, and negotiate what you want because it's your business.
Yeah.
Thank you, Nique. I appreciate
Thank you for having me.
For coming on my show, and I hope to see you again.
Absolutely.
All right, guys. That's this episode of Tax Talk Tuesday. See you next week.
See ya.